Morning, everyone. I had nearly 8 hours sleep, can you tell? What I wanted to do today was to recap on some things that we covered with our Instagram live with Rio at Revlon. So we got some really good feedback because we covered just a few things that I'd found out over the last few days about what it is we can do to prepare for the eventuality that we're able to get grants or government-backed loans and things like that, and how to shut down the salon safely, really. Um, so we went a couple of days ago, my partner and we went and shut down the salon. Uh, on the Saturday, I'd already removed the products from the salon just to be on the safe side, and we've removed all of the valuables, for example, our tools and equipment, that sort of stuff. And I've also taken all the GDPR, all the data protection things away. Although they're already under lock and key in the salon, I just felt better about them being with me, really. We turned all the water off and all the switches, emptied the fridge, and did all that sort of stuff so that we can cut back a little bit on our utilities whilst we're closed down. And organised the refuse collection that we have done fortnightly anyway, so it just turned out that it was this week. So we were able to get the bins collected and then get them put away, and then contact our refuse collection waste management company to ask them to just suspend the collections for a little while, which they gladly did. They'd much rather you call them and ask them to arrange that as opposed to just cutting off your direct debit. And also, when it comes to starting back up, it'll be much easier to just pick up where you left off when you just give them a call and say, right, we're back in, can we start our collections again? We also went through subscriptions. I called a few companies and went online for a lot of it. For example, we have a magazine subscription service that the clients read on on the iPads, which we won't be needing. And so we just were able to suspend that until we can start back up again. And again, rather suspend it than cancel a direct debit. So the next thing I did was get in contact with my mortgage provider. I had to sign some forms and agree that I can have the 3-month break and have it added on to the end of our term. So don't assume that this is automatic, as it's been promised by the government, but there's still things that you need to put in place to make sure that happens. So get in touch with your mortgage provider and find out what it is that you've got to do. Then I need to make sure that our books are all up to date. So when it comes to grants being made available, I have an accurate representation of what the business turnover is. I have all the proof there. It's evidenced, and things will run a lot smoother than having to do this in a rush and last minute. It's also a really good idea to come up with a cash flow forecast. So what this means is what's coming in and what's going out. So you can create a cash flow forecast of where you were up until the crash, and then post COVID, so post having to close the business down, what it is you are having to pay out and what it is that you will have coming in. And don't forget to highlight the savings that you've made personally by cutting back on direct debits and subscriptions and things like that, because that comes across as though you're really trying to streamline your outgoings and you're not going to ask for more than you're worthy of this grant. Within that, it's really important to create a personal survival budget. So that means, as opposed to just balancing what it is you're going to need on the business, you also need to make sure that your personal survival has been taken care of. So that means what you need for food, your rent, that sort of stuff. That all needs to be factored in so that you can put that into perhaps application for a grant or a government-backed loan to make sure that you yourself are covered also, as well as the business. So the most important people at this time that you need to get in contact with are your business bank account manager, who should be able to offer you some advice, at least even if you can't get in contact with them directly to talk to them. You should be able to have something sent over to you for you to read through so that you know where you stand. NatWest Nigel's come through for me. The day I phoned him, he phoned me straight back and we had a really, really good chat, and he let me in on what we know so far. Again, nothing's certain yet. Nothing's really actually going ahead. All it is at the moment is promises, but you know, it's better than nothing. And shout out to Alex at Sperling Cannon, my accountant, who has absolutely been a saviour. Again, he's done his absolute best to keep me informed about what it is I need to do in terms of employment, the best that I can do for my team, as well as making sure that we're prepared for everything that's upcoming. So far, the grants that have been promised to be available are for up to £10,000, available for businesses with a rateable value of under £15,000. So that is something that you can find on your from your local council, the business rates statement that you get. So if you qualify for rate relief, then you can qualify for this grant for up to 10k. There is another grant that is available for those companies which is up, with a rateable value between 15 and 51,000. So that's your medium-sized businesses, and that's up to £25,000. But at the moment, hasn't been confirmed that it's going to cover salons, but it does say retail, hospitality and leisure. So hopefully that means salons, and we can all get a little bit more help as well. So they're just the things that I've sort of found out through various people that I'm in contact with. It's by no means the gospel truth, because everybody is kind of reading between the lines, but I really hope it helps at least some of you out. And if there's anything more I can do, anything I can ask people or try and find out for you, or even if you've just got something that you want to pass on to me and let me know, I'll be so grateful. Have a great day, everyone.